Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. So one day you have one of your 8mm standard Bolex cameras, alright, and this small tab at the take-up reel breaks off. Right here, the one at the end of my pencil eraser. This is the one that engages and clips onto your take-up reel so it will hold on to the spool. So when this little tab breaks off, it won't hold on to your spool anymore, and your film is going to slip or just spill out into the camera. So how do you replace this? How do you remove this and move on and get a new one on there? Well, we're going to show you. First, you turn this over, and then you can see, of course, the spool here, the take-up spool, along with this gear and the other parts. Take a micro screwdriver, and you got to remove this screw, okay? And remember, whatever mistakes you make upon your camera and your person, upon you. Alright, or on you rather. Alright, unscrew this. These Bolex cameras, by the way, if you've never done this before, are filled with tiny screws and springs and such. Alright, so you got that out. Put that away. Now this is a bit spring loaded under here because of this piece right here. Okay, it's bent down. Remove this part right there. That gear. Remove this spring washer. You see how it's bent down? We'll put it right there. Remove this leatherette pad. Do not get oil or do not get this wet. It'll ruin it. Now, as you can see, that's what happens. This part drops right out. So how easy that is. It just falls straight out of there. You got this part. Here you can clean and lubricate that. Okay, and we'll show you how to do that. Flip it around. This is what it looks like on top. Okay, you can clean this. Around here, if you want to clean that off, just use some basic clean it with some liquid metal polish. Okay, so I've got some on there. Just do the obvious. Put it right on there and clean that. Do what you can to keep it away from the black paint, as it can remove the paint. Alright. Alright, get it along there, let that dry. See all the dirt? Alright. So, there you are there. Okay, so you need to get down inside of there. Open up your canister. Take a pipe cleaner. Get some on the end of a pipe cleaner. And you get the idea. Alright. You got to run this down inside of there. Best to do it from the bottom. Keeping these things clean and lubricated is the whole deal. It really, really is. Okay. Pull that out. Sit that down and let that dry for a while. Off to the side, out of sight, out of mind. Next, again, more metal polish, and we're going for this area right here where the take-up spindle goes. Alright, right there. So take your metal polish you got onto your cloth, clean off that area right there. Get it in the frame there, Paul. There you go. All right. Matter of fact, you want to go around the whole area and clean it. That's just fine if you like. Okay. So after you've got that done, I'm going to take this little disc right here and clean it off. You do want to add some metal polish to that. Focus for you. Metal polish on my end. All right. Okay. I'm cleaning that off. All right. I'm done with that. Just how to lay on top of my toothpick, so it won't be difficult to pick up. All right. Now I'm going to go back and use part of the pipe cleaner. Back inside here, I'm going to double it up. That's what I'm going to do, just like this. Find the end, stick it in there. This is how you're going to get all that crap out. Move it all the way around there. Going to come up the top there, just like that. Do check my other videos on dismantle the camera up to the base plate so you can get this out. All right. Okay, there you go. That's done. Go back over here. Get back to your take-up spool. Got to remove that metal cleaner off the brass. Keeping these things polished, nice and shiny is what keeps them running. These cameras are made of like 4 types of metal, and you'll be cleaning them constantly about every 6 months. All right. See how shiny that is? That's what you're going to need. And again, it's a take-up spool right there at the end of my pencil eraser. Okay. So you got that done. I could stand to have a bit more on mine, but this is just for demonstration purposes. It's a little black there. Get yours a bit cleaner than I did right there. I'll add a little bit more. It's a bit black over here. There it is. Now, see all that stuff comes off. It's really dirty. Have your replacement part ready. Okay, now we're good. Essentially, with a take-up reel right here at the end of my pencil eraser. Flip this over. Okay, there we go. Grab this part. Dust this off. Wipe it off from the metal cleaner. Let me clean this off some more and get back to you. Okay, next, Take this part here. It will attach on just like that. Have yourself some graphite grease, and I have just added just a touch, as you can see down here below. Okay? Just a touch. That's all that's needed. Okay? Take that disc, just like that. You better view on that once again. There you are. And just place that right on top. Okay? Want to get that squared up. On top of that, make sure this is clean. This part here. Leatherette part. Okay? Now, by the way, I do want to point out, let me back myself up just a moment. These parts do have a little bit of an indentation on them. They've got a flat part right in here at the end of my pencil right, if you can see that. So you want to make sure that you get all the parts lined up with that. That metal part and this leatherette part. Okay? And that's all you really got to do. This is probably about the most tedious part. Just getting that lined up like that. Alright? So once you got that set up, then you're pretty much home free. Alright? Alright, so we'll get into that. I'll make it a bit easier for you as I can. So I'm going to line these up. Flip my toothpick around so I can make that a bit easier for you. Remember, this part right here aims down the spring. Just slip that on there. Add that to the bunch. That's what you do. And then this gear and I'm going to get my hands out of the way. I'm going to have to line everything up, do everything off camera because it's a really tedious job. Difficult to do it with the camera on. So my hands are going to be all in the way. But again, all you do is line everything up with that flat piece. Okay? Okay, see how that is at the end of my pencil eraser right there? The flat piece at the bottom, how that's lined up. Make sure how all that's lined up like that. Even take the metal piece off. Okay? See how that's done? And just flip that all on top of there. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, next, got that take-up spool. Just load it onto there, just like that. Slide it on. And the difficult part is getting everything lined up on the bottom of that flat part. Alright. I'll have to do this on camera. Do it on your own, and you'll figure it out. You see the take-up spool at the bottom here, once you insert it, it has one of those flat pieces. So it helps you get everything on there, okay? And then you just drop everything on. That's essentially what's going on there. I just went through a long way of showing you what's going on and how to do it, and to get it done. Drop everything on there. So I'll show you. See here? I'll turn this and move it around. Let me get you in focus. There you go. Watch that disc, and then it'll finally just, I'll move it around, and then it'll finally just flatten out right there. Okay? And then everything will have clicked together. Then you can add everything else same way. Alright, so then we get the disc. Leatherette disc here. down there below, spring, again, add it like that. You do have a flat end out on this gear, by the way. Let me see if I can get my hand onto it and show you. See it? Right there where my thumbnail is. This is probably the most trying part, but once you get it, you got it. Alright, let me get this off camera. Okay, the only thing else you got to do, get your screwdriver in here. Get the screw locked down. That's it. Other than that, you're done. Remember not to get it too tight. Nothing needs to be too tight on a Bolex. Okay, and there you are. Okay, everything moving, everything spinning, everything here, and now you have replaced with your new part, your new take-up spindle, and you have the little clip right there that will engage your spool, just like so. Okay? Do contact me at the social media outlets listed on the screen. And remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya.